we're gonna go over how the trip is installed and how it fits in. So on your upper, of course, this one, let's see which gun do I have here. This is the Mac 5K. So it's got the little block right there. Of course, on the underside is barely any block, just on that one side. You know, there's no big block going across like some of the newer AP5s. Now you want to make sure this thing slides in, drops in like that, okay? And you know, see how it goes right past that block. So the block should slide through the edge right there, the little hole. Yeah, make sure there's no kind of catching, anything like that. And also, you know, make sure it fits in here good. It's not rubbing, you know, like in the edge here. Sometimes these two edges will rub right here. I mean, these are sheet metal that's bent. It's not exact every time. Some are in a little more and some are out a little, you know, more. So that's a problem, is that, you know, we try to make this to fit most of them. Of course, it should fit like that, you know. It can wiggle side to side just a tad, but it should fit in pretty good. Okay. So the way it fits in is with a bolt. It's that right there, right before it slides all the way in. This hooks on the bottom like this. And it slides in right behind it. And you can see. So to put the lower on, you got to make sure you don't leave this in the front. So pull it back a little bit. So you might even slide back a tad, just so that trip goes behind the lever. Okay, not in front. So make sure your lever is forward. And you know, you kind of visually see it that you can slide in. Okay, snaps in like that. Put your pins in. Of course, you know, your rear stock or whatever you got, and that's it. You have a buffer. Of course, the compact size doesn't need a buffer, but the full size, some have not used a buffer because the hammer is shaved. But I always recommend a buffer, even on the full size. You know, I always use a buffer. Of course, on the compact size, I don't use a buffer. But there you go. That's the trip and how it goes in and how it's installed, and